To burn or not to burn? That is the question, as the SJW crowd and Antifa supporters rush to Free Comic Book Day just so they could pick up Secret Empire #0 and burn it. So in an effort to stand against fascism and white supremacy, the SJW crowd is burning their books. Now that's the story here, but actually I was only able to find 2 instances. A lot of tweets and Twitters say that they are doing the same thing, but only 2 people have decided to actually photo or video themselves doing this, that I have found anyway. In an effort to fight white supremacy and to support stupidity, a young lady named Jensen Jones stood in her bathtub to burn her copies of the Secret Empire 0. However, the poster boy has to be this kid, Calvin. If you Google Secret Empire book burning, you're going to find his picture. That's the one. So congratulations, you became a meme. The irony of them using fascistic tactics to protest fascism has been lost on Antifa since the beginning. And to the point that there is a panel or 2 in the Secret Empire itself that talks about burning books to hide information that the government doesn't agree with is completely lost on them. I mean, it is the bad guys who burn information, whether you agree with it or not. Okay, but what you gonna do? I mean, these kids are a little bit unhinged anyway, so. And I'm sorry to say that. Usually I try not to judge, but I see Antifa at work. I see the SJWs all the time, and nothing has impressed me so far. I believe in American exceptionalism, and I always thought the greatest thing, of course, is our freedom of expression, which means if these kids want to do it, of course they've got the right to do it. But understand the side of history that you're on when you do this kind of thing. You're not the good guys. Even if it's something you disagree. I don't like the Secret Empire. Individually, I have to accept, okay, this is the course that we're on. How are the books from here? But on the whole, I don't like this. But I know on which side I'm on. Frankly, I always err on the side of personal freedom. That's the American dream, to govern yourself as much as possible. We don't need large governments. That was the whole American experiment. And a lot of people have lost sight of that. Every time they see something they don't like, they say, hey, there should be a law. Well, okay. If you do that, then what you're doing is you're handing away your freedom. Every time you say that, every time you want a regulation, you're handing away your freedom. And yes, in order to have freedom, you have to accept the bad with the good. We have to, in order for us to have good free speech, we also have to accept the racists like Antifa. But I digress. Look, as I said before, have never been a fan of the Nazi Captain America, and I've said so in a couple of videos already. The funny thing is I wasn't always against it. When I first saw this panel, my first reaction was, okay, now what? Because I've been reading comics forever. Cap's been raised his hand, did the Seek Hail before. This is not the first time. This isn't the first time even Captain America has been a part of Hydra, quote unquote. So that was my reaction. What now? But this was before I really got into Marvel Comics and started seeing what they've been doing for the last few years. And apparently their greatest idea is to follow those who push identity politics and to court them at the expense of all others. So as soon as I saw the politics behind it, and you find out, if you follow Nick Spencer on his Twitter account, you find he is not afraid to put his own politics in there. And he is, I live in a house full of liberals, and this dude is freaking whacked. And so I put 2 and 2 together and realized that this is how he sees the country. This is how he sees America. And I got afraid because I thought, wow, is this the direction that he really wants to go with Captain America? Will this be the new normal? And with a Marvel editorial staff in name only, whose direction to their creators seemed to be only that they should offend anybody with an ounce of logic or that's above the age of 30, and you put 2 and 2 together and you realize, my gosh, this may actually be exactly how they think that Captain America should be. Why is America great? We go out and we spread our beliefs to other countries, so we should make Captain America try to take over the world. So instead of seeing Captain America as somebody who would fight the Nazis, and by the way, guys, somebody who disagrees with you isn't a Nazi. I know the people who believe that aren't listening to me or watching my videos, but hey, guys, you're freaking wrong. I'm going to say it anyway. But yeah, they don't see Captain America as somebody who fights Nazis anymore. They don't see him as somebody who stands up for the American principles and ideas because they have not been taught what those ideas and principles are. I've harped on this before and I'm going to keep doing it. They don't see this person as Sam Wilson, a crime fighter, scientist, engineer, I believe he is, former soldier, and friend to Captain America, person who puts himself in harm's way to save others. Oh, yeah, and he's black. They don't see it that way. They see this is a black man, and he does other things too. Quick quiz. Spot the individual. Yeah, right. See, but that's the whole case. They don't see people as individuals. They put people into groups. And the worst group of all is they put people into us and them. And I know I am way off topic at this point. Back to the moron book burners. Guys, this is one of those no-brainers. This is one of those, violence is bad, okay? Let's not do the violence. Can't do the violence anymore. It's not good, okay? Don't burn the books, okay? You just don't do it. It's stupid. How is this not taught everywhere? And do I agree with that? Like I said, I've just spent a lot of time now just saying how much I disagree with this storyline. However, it's here. And it has moments where you're just sure that the only reason why it's being produced is to get shock value. I mean, here, Nick Spencer is saying that Nazi Cap is worthy because he still has his honor. Well, you know what? Hitler probably believed what he was doing was best for Germany. So, yeah, it doesn't make it good, and it definitely wouldn't make him worthy enough to lift Thor's hammer. And maybe that's why they're saying that this book supports white supremacy. But once again, guys, you're way off base on this one. Besides, these are comic books, and unless it's a specific miniseries, maybe an Elseworld or something, it's not where we are, it's where we're going that matters. So, as I said in the beginning, when I first heard about Captain America saying Hail Hydra, okay, what's next? But that's just my opinion. At this point, I'm spinning wheels, so tell me, what do you think? Are you for the book burnings, or are you against them? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know why you are for or against. Also, what do you think of the Secret Empire so far? And if you like this video, you want to see more, please click like, click share, click subscribe to see more. I'm also over at VidMe at the same name, so if you want to go over there, leave a small tip. I'm not going to hate you for that. And thank you very much for watching.